a matchup.
And what a team, Mike. Metro PCS and the iPhone SE for $0 on a network that covers 99% of people in the U.S. Oh, impressive.
Play with the best. Switch to Metro PCS on an unlimited LTE plan and get a 32-gig iPhone SE for $0. Metro PCS. Coverage not available in some areas, plus sales tax. Claim based on talk and text. Not valid for active numbers currently on the T-Mobile network or active on Metro PCS in the past 90 days. See store for details and terms and conditions.
Good evening, Metal Faithful. Is your mandated reporter, and frankly I'm mortified, Mr. Mark Radulich, and this is your Wednesday Night Delight, the Metal Hammer of Doom. And we have a change in content tonight, a change in the format. We're doing a substitution. We had Andrew WK ready to roll, You're Not Alone. However, that album sucks, and I don't want to talk about it. I mean, it doesn't suck like in a funny way where we could, it would be like Saint Anger and we could just make fun of it for 2 hours. It sucked in a way that I was like, what happened to Andrew WK? And it made me sad. I was sad, ladies and gentlemen. So I talked it over with the Metal Coop, Robert Cooper. How you doing, Coop? Do you remember when I talked it over with you?
You did. You were like, this album is just like a really sad and boring anti-suicide PSA. Want to do something else? And I was like, oh yeah, I don't want to listen to a boring anti-suicide PSA.
Have you actually listened?
Shit, I can't.
Have you listened to any of the new Andrew WK? Or am I wrong?
No, hell no. I don't want to listen. I mean, if you said it was shit, you're the one that likes the guy. So I'm like, fuck that.
And I talked it over with the host of Source Material, the disapproving dad. Mr.
What am I? What is my name?
I'm trying to work in the thing about my kid suddenly being British, and nothing came to me. Mr. Insight.
He mocks my children.
Who mocks my children.
Mr. mocks my children, and I don't know why. Mr. Jessie Starcher. Put it on a t-shirt, Jesse. Tell Mindy about it.
I will. Let me tell you something, brother. If you would have come to me and said, hey, Jesse, we got a choice here. We can either talk about an album that's anti-suicide PSA. I'm down for some positive reinforcement.
You're gonna say I'm down for some suicide.
I'm down to kill myself. You guys, you want some Kool-Aid?
I'm down to be talked out of it. No, if you would have come to me and said, these are our choices. You can either sit down and listen to an hour of some guy trying to sing to you about not killing yourself, or you can sit down and listen to about 40 minutes and light up a big fat joint. Guess what, sir? I will go for the latter, my friend.
Are you mailing me back the joint that I mailed to you after we watched Planet Caravan?
Oh, Planet Caravan. We all came from almonds, all right? Almond joy.
Almonds and polygons.
Yes, sir.
So, okay. I just want to put a bow on this, and then we can move on. Did you actually listen to any of the Andrew WK album?
I did not. As soon as you said it was shit, I had listened to this album probably about 2 or 3 times before we even talked about, even changing it. And when you presented me with the option, I was like, well, this album right here is the way to go.
All right. So that is, in fact, what we are going to do tonight. We're going to put Andrew WK to bed. We're not going to talk about it. Instead, we're going to talk about Fu Manchu. Fu Manchu. Clone of the Universe.
Talk about my favorite album there around there.
Stoner rock extraordinaire, Fu Manchu. Their new album came out February 9th, Clone of the Universe. Not a symptom of the universe, ladies and gentlemen. That's Black Sabbath. This is Clone of the Universe. It's only 7 songs, but that last song's a doozy. That first step, it's woo-wee.
Oh, yeah.
But before we get into the Fu Manchu's Clone of the Universe, Jesse, you wanted me to play a little something coming from our band, the Fu Manchu. So why don't you talk about it?
Yeah, I want to give you guys the opportunity to hear the first ever song that I had the opportunity to hear in concert from Fu Manchu that I dug. Because I'm pretty certain they played a few other ones prior to this in the set. But this was like the first song that I ever listened to from a band that I had no idea about. I didn't know who these guys were. And when they played this, it floored me to where I really was interested in the rest of what these guys had out there. Now, the time that I heard this was probably 2002. It was either 2001 or 2002, and they were Fu Manchu was opening for Clutch. So this is like, shit, man, we're talking now fucking over 15 years ago. But they played a song called Boogie Van, and it was one of the earmark songs for me that made me go, okay, this is what I want. I want to hear more of this. I like Clutch. I loved listening to what they had out there. I didn't know too much about other bands that were like Clutch. And Fu Manchu kind of fits the bill a little bit when you compare both Clutch and Fu Manchu. You can see elements of the space rock, the fuzz. And as a matter of fact, I'll draw parallels to a very popular Clutch song as we go through this album. But yes, this is Boogie Van off of King of the Road, which came out in 1999. So at the time I heard it, it was about 2 or 3 years old. So Mark Radulich, please let our people hear what Fu Manchu brings us with Boogie Van.
Alrighty, baby dolls, let's go ahead and listen to some Boogie Van by the Fu Manchu.
we go. Tire rolls, flare to flare. Custom shine everywhere. 150, I don't care. Halfway across the land. Me and the boogie band. The boogie band. The boogie band.
Oh, Boogie Van. Bam. I feel like I've heard that before.
Oh, I would assume that you have, man. It was probably one of their more popular ones from back then. I was doing a little bit of research, reading some of what the reception of this new album was like, and one of their most popular songs was actually, get this, Coop, off of a video game. Actually, it was off of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater from the 90s or late 90s maybe, a song called Evil Eye, which I've heard before as well, but I don't know if that rings a bell either.
Love me some Tony. Dude, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater has some of the best fucking soundtracks ever. That's where I found some of my favorite bands. Like Orange Goblin was on Tony Hawk's Underground.
Oh, nice.
Oh, hell
Very
yeah.
nice.
Immortal was actually on Project 8, even though that game wasn't very good, but it had fucking Immortal.
I am immortal.
Nice.
Like fucking the black metal band.
Oh.
It wouldn't surprise. I wonder if has there been I will have to look it up because it wouldn't surprise me if Clutch showed up on there either, as one of the songs off the soundtrack.
Clutch has been in video games as far as commercials, and they've definitely had like a Rock Band track or two, but I could not tell you if they've showed up in an actual video game.
Wasn't Bam Margera like a skateboarder as well?
Yeah, he was a skateboarder, and then kept being a skateboarder, and now he's just sad because he's on drugs and got fat.
Oh, poor Bam.
Yeah.
Someone send him the new Andrew WK.
I think he finally went to rehab because like last time I was like, oh God, he is miserable. Since apparently Mr. I put a toilet car in my ass, Ryan Dunn, after he died, Bam Margera went to shit.
You guys,
your best friend would do that.
I just hopped on here and I pulled up the soundtrack for fucking Tony Hawk's Underground. Holy shit. Okay. Clutch Impetus is on there.
Okay.
Mark Radulich. That's yeah, buddy. That's a good one. That's some real early good shit too, man. I love Impetus. But man, and there is a ton of bands on here. Man, some of this here, I'll just run down a few of them. The Addicts, Alkaline Trio, Anachron, Angry Amputees, Assorted Jelly Beans, Authority Zero, Bad Religion with Big Bang, Blue Collar Special. We already talked about Clutch. The Clash with White Riot. Then we got Fu Manchu, California Crossing, that's a good one. That one actually went into autoplay. Mastodon, Crusher Destroyer. Nos, that seems a little out of place. Nos, The World Is Yours. There's a lot on Social Distortion, Mommy's Little Monster. A lot of good shit. Super Joint Ritual, It Takes No Guts.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. Are we ready to talk about some Clone of the Universe by Fu Manchu?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to keep saying it like
Ready
that.
to wax on, wax off, and wax poetic about it.
Hey, before we wax on, wax off, whack off, you wanted to, so all right, you were starting to tell us about your latest chapter of Lonely Hearts, and I said, for God's sake, save it for the show. It's the only time I care about your love life, Cooper, is when I get to publicize it publicly.
That's the only time anybody cares about it.
So, all right, 50 words or less, go.
So you remember the girl I went out with like last Wednesday?
The one with the dog. The one
Yeah.
who you walked around the park with.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So she invited me over like the next day,
Okay.
and we just like walked the dog, and I helped her on her pitch to get a raise, and yeah, we watched Arrested Development. I'm like, all right, cool, got a good night, it's good. Sunday, literally the message right before I was gonna be like, hey, what you doing this week? She's like, yeah, I want to focus on somebody else. She's
Oh, jeez.
She's like, well, I mean, she was honest, and I appreciate it. She's like, I don't want to waste your. She's like, I don't want to waste your time or lead you on. I was like, well, if you change your mind, let me know.
You know, I credit where credit's due. Being a woman being direct with you cannot be appreciated enough.
Oh, and I told her, I was like, because it kind of blindsided me because it came out of nowhere. But I'm like, well, she was honest.
At least she was honest.
Coop, do you think like you would have way more luck with women if you just turned yourself into a horrible asshole?
I keep telling him to.
I mean, Coop's a genuinely nice guy, and I really don't understand how, at least in the interactions that I've had with you on podcasts and online and whatnot, but, I mean, motherfucking chicks can't figure out how to, or they can't understand that, you know, a nice guy is a good guy to get with.
Let me explain to you the problem with Coop, okay?
All right.
No one's going to appreciate Coop until they've already married an asshole, had kids with him, divorced said asshole, and are now looking for at least a stable guy with a job who isn't a psycho. So maybe you need to shoot for the Cougars there, Coop, because they've already been through all that.
They love me. Cougars
yeah,
love me. I'm telling you, like most of the women at my work that are like, "How you doing?" They're like, all 45 and up.
Okay. Maybe, well, I mean, here's the problem. Like, I'm going to be 42 this year, and I know, like, anyone between the ages of 30 and 40, you know, look, dude, I'm a fat bald guy with a beard, okay? I'm not exactly model material, but I show up to work. I'm not an insane person by most measures, and I am clearly a good, you know, like, father and dad and husband. As far as they know, I am a hot item. Okay, the other shit doesn't matter. When there comes a point with an age group where they're just looking for that stability, you know, and they're looking for somebody that isn't going to make their life miserable because, you know, they're still like a child basically in their mind. So yeah, like between like 30 and 40, that's the key area right there. Now they come with a lot of kids. That's something you're gonna have to deal with.
I mean, no, I love kids. I just
you love it when you give them back.
Kids make things.
You love it when you give the kid back.
Make things a lot harder. Oh yeah, no, yeah, I like being able to give them back, but that's the one thing I have noticed. Kids make things a lot harder in terms of scheduling and all that.
They do, but I will tell you, and then we'll play some music. I will tell you that the women that I have observed in my lab,
From the bushes,
they will, yes, through binoculars, they will make
You said in your lab, it makes me worried like you're some kind of evil scientist or some shit.
No, well, I
don't in his lab.
I don't want to say the truth and be like, oh, the women I work with, but
yeah.
but here's what I will tell you. They're not really interested in introducing you to their children right quick, unless you find that one bizarro girl who's just immediately looking for a husband. A lot of these girls will let you give them the penis and not let you see the kids. This is what you need to be focusing on, Cooper. You need to find the women with the kids who don't have time for a relationship but want that dick. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Yeah, just make sure they see my dick, not the kids.
Why does it have to come to that, Cooper? Why?
I mean, I don't know. You're the one that brought up the kids. I was just fine with talking about giving them the dick, and you had to bring the kids.
I feel like you're turning this around on me unnecessarily. Let's hear some music, all right?
Oh, I love doing that shit. No, we'll get back to it after the first song.
All right, folks. Let's go ahead and hear some Fu Manchu. This is Intelligent Worship.
Bow down to the one.
right, Intelligent Worship, baby dolls. I didn't hate it. It's not my favorite. It's pretty cool. It's kind of meh. Those are my thoughts.
All right. The first track off this album, I was just in the car. And I was hanging out. I was waiting for my daughter to get out of the movies, so I'm just driving around. And I was like, okay.
Been hanging around.
Sure. I have explained the reference, so I know exactly what you're doing.
It's a song. I've been hanging around.
Oh, is that a song?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is that why you're singing it?
Yes.
Anyway. That's a song.
Oh, you're being sarcastic, you jerk.
I don't understand. What reference is it? Are you referencing an actual song that you can tell me what it is so I can actually hear the real version? What is it?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Now you're going to make me go play it, damn it.
No.
No, now you're gonna get it now, Jesse.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do this.
Push me in a corner. I come out swinging. All right, tell your story.
Next. Okay, so anyway, I'm just driving around. First track hits. You're right. It's not the greatest off of this album, but it is. This is some great driving music. I don't know why, but this is literally something that you could have a good time cranking on the radio and just driving around town and laying back and listen to it. I don't know. I'll tell you right now, if you are trying to decipher the message that these guys bring in their lyrics, sometimes it can be a bit of it's a chore. I mean, just look at the title of the album itself and one of the songs off of here, Clone of the Universe. I don't even fucking get that. I don't understand what they're trying to say just in that song title or the album title itself. I mean, it's obviously out there, probably past the physics that my mind could even try and figure out. But yeah, Intelligent Worship, I don't know. That might be actually one of the more grounded songs because it may be some type of a commentary on like people who create gods and worship them. But anyway, what am I hearing?
He's nuts.
Right down on the sofa. I said, where have you been? I've been waiting for you.
Is that fucking what's his nuts from?
So good. These days get so long, and I got nothing to do.
Counting Crows?
I've been hanging around.
Counting
this
Crows.
town corner. I've been bumming around this hotel so long.
Feels like a white hippie chick in the 90s.
Yeah. Took me a few. I figured out what
It
you were
serves
playing
you
there.
right. Try to tell me
Yeah.
what's going on. Try to tell me what to do. I'll play some Counting Crows on your ass.
Well, it's been a while since I heard that song.
God, I hate Counting Crows. Oh, they're the worst.
I've never heard that song. Hey, remember that time they did the theme song for a Shrek movie? Good times.
They did. Courtney Cox was in that real their most famous song, Mr. What is it, Mr. Brown,
Jones.
Mr.
Ugh.
Jones.
Counting Crows is everything wrong with white people.
No, everything. No. Everything wrong with white people is goddamned Florida Georgia line.
No. Let's see how long we can keep this up.
They appropriate everybody else's musical sounds and take them into deedle horse shit.
Deedle horse shit.
Everything wrong with white people is the Dave Matthews Band.
Hee.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that one's up there. But have you ever heard country rap?
Okay, like
It's
the
rap
genre?
about country things. Yes, it's a genre. It's not country with rap. It's people rapping about country shit.
Are we
Like
talking
Bubba
about like
Sparks?
if we're talking about like Bubba Sparks or who the Hey Ya guys? Hey Ya. Who shit.
Outcast?
Yeah, that's the one.
That is not country rap.
It's people fucking, it's rap music about fucking shooting off guns and eating fucking mashed potatoes or something. I don't know.
Sounds terrific.
It makes me want to club an entire zoo full
Are
of
you talking
seal.
about like what's the dude's name? Like Colton something or other? Colt Ford? Like that kind of thing?
I thought Colt Ford was just country.
No, he raps. You've never heard Colt Ford? Or Ford Colt, or whatever the fuck his name is?
Oh.
Colt 45?
2 zigzags, baby, that's all we need.
All right, how about Bubba Sparks? Let's settle. Is he what the kind of thing you're talking about?
Google it.
We're 1 song into this album. This is not a long album.
Well, it's not a long album.
We haven't even finished like the Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Oh, you still have there's more to this story other than this girl told you to piss off?
There's a little epilogue because like I started talking to this one cute girl and I was like, hey, want to go out for coffee? Because I think I figured out like one thing that really works.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least something that like from one of my fellow managers, because I'm a manager now. Isn't that cool?
Okay, if this is going to go into what really works as sexual harassment, I don't want to hear the rest of this story.
When would I fucking what? Fuck off. Oh god, yeah, Colt Ford. Is that who that is?
Moonshine Bandits, We All Country, featuring Colt Ford, Sarah Ross, and Demon Jones. Hit me.
Oh,
I just typed in country rap into YouTube, and the first thing that comes up is something called
Sparks is a pioneer. Okay, that's interesting.
Pioneer?
Oh, no, it's also been called a hick hop.
Oh, that's right. That term, hick hop.
Now I want to play some country rap.
Oh, you want to see me get angry?
Oh, the Jogga Boys. The Jogga Boys. Yes, I've heard those boys before. Hick hop
so what
thing.
he told me, he said if a girl like doesn't want to get coffee with you after like a good solid 10 messages, he's like, fuck them. And now I didn't quite go with 10 messages, but you know, like after a few days and you feel like you got a decent amount in common and it's going well, like fuck it, just ask them out. Because I used to wait like 2 weeks.
Ugh.
You like put a message limit on interest? That's how that works?
No, it's
oh, okay.
He does. But he's like fucking as tall as I am with like Jesus length hair and beard and like a gearhead, so chicks dig him.
You know what worked for me? Disinterest and pushing the person away.
Oh yeah.
True story.
I've gotten that before. I've been told if you just act like you don't care and
dude, I flat out told my wife, look, I'm in between jobs. I'm still working on a divorce and I have no money. You can do better. And she was like, you ring my bell.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah, I was like, maybe you should wait and date other guys and come around back when I'm ready. And she was like, nope, you're ready now. And I'm like, all right, I guess I am.
Wow, yeah, I've been informed that extreme disinterest makes them chase you, which I was like, huh.
Yeah, but I've told you that before. I don't know how many more times you need to hear it, sir.
I don't know. Well, I've been trying to like be less interested. I'm just always worried that I'm actually going to legitimately forget to respond.
All right, we'll come back to this. Let's go ahead and play another song here. This is my favorite off this album. This is I've Been Hexed.
Stories, you've heard the news. It's a worldwide panic happening soon. We wait in silence in an empty room. Last 100 years, decipher what to do. I've been hexed, seen in the rise, hexed, over the drive.
shit. I've been heck. Oh, they do it better than I do, but damn. I was running around work singing that today. I was like, you're going on suicide watch. With me, I've been hexed. And then I strut on out of the clinic.
You know what you should have done? You should have put them on Suicide Watch and ran that Andrew WK album for about 2 hours and then see if they were really up for it. You're either going to be really positive or just really want to do it.
You're right. When I got the message from the clinic, like somebody says they're going to hurt themselves. Like, look, I don't know if you're really going to hurt yourself, but here, why don't you listen to this entire Andrew WK album, and then I'll come back in an hour and see if you still want to kill yourself.
We'll talk about it. Oh,
God,
wow.
Then I'd have to show interest.
Anyway.
Yeah. You treat your inmates like you treat your wife, is what you're telling me.
No, I am genuinely interested in my wife and what she has to say, right, Jesse?
Oh yeah, yes, certainly.
Whatever, man. You guys don't know
Andy's
nothing.
interested in Medal of Doom.
The Medal of Doom. My wife listens to me clearly.
Yeah.
What podcast have you been doing for 2 years? The Metal Hammer of Doom.
Sure.
Okay, I'll get a shirt for you.
You die. She does not get to make sure to put whatever is you want on your gravestone on there.
I know. I have to leave somebody else in charge of that.
Here
He was a
lies
man.
Jesse.
earlier.
He spent a lot of time in the basement.
That I could see happening.
He's a great man. Been long in basement.
Oh, way too long.
Here lies Jesse. He loved you long time.
I love how I pretty much turned that into just like, yeah, she just speaks like a stereotypical Asian guy. She like, Jesse, you dinner now.
Here lies Jesse. Hello, sexy girlfriend.
Oh boy.
And she's
I don't know
between,
I don't know how she'd get that on the tombstone at the high pitch, but anyway. What do we think about I've been hexed, Jesse?
Well, let me tell you about some fuzz. I have heard the term fuzz rock or fuzz. Yeah, I would call this fuzz rock. And it is a very, very apt descriptor for these guys. Most of the reviews, I mean, they say these guys are the originators of fuzz rock, and you can feel it throughout this whole album. It's kind of like their signature sound. And I've Been Hexed is a perfect example of it. I enjoy this tune. I mean, you fucking were singing it before we got on this podcast, and then it got stuck in my damn head. So if you want to talk about earworms, this is definitely one of them.
That was
Coop?
the exact term that I was thinking of. Like, this is such an earworm.
Earworm, yeah, buddy.
I just want the sequel. I've been sexed.
Oh, Coop. Don't. Okay.
He does.
All right. Listen. Okay. First rule of dating: show
S-E-X-T.
zero interest in the girl. Second rule of dating: don't come off desperate. Don't come off like you need it. Come on. You gotta.
It's super weird until they get to know you.
Look you're dating an age group where that is looking for somebody who isn't dependable, that they can fix. You need to appear broken, okay? You need to appear broken and dangerous and possibly homicidal.
Straighten my hair and start talking in a weird accent and call everything delightful.
Yes. Be as weird as possible, but not too weird, okay? Because if you're like clown weird, if you're clown weird, then they're not going to be into that. But if you're like broken, dangerous, you might slit their throat weird, then you're in like Flynn. Or, like I said before, date the older chicks.
Yeah, and I'm good with those. Yeah. But actually, the girl I am going out with like a little bit younger than me. She's 21. I don't know. I'm like,
You date such babies.
Huh?
You date such babies.
Jesse,
what do you got to say here? Because I feel like I give him all this advice, and you just stay quiet. Like, Mark don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Well, I don't know. Here's the thing. I have not dated anybody since 1994.
This is true.
Okay? This was 2 years after Coop was born, I believe.
I was gonna say,
I cannot...
You've been in a monogamous relationship
Depending on-
since you're like 12, so all right, never mind.
I cannot advise this man. I cannot. Things have changed. I mean, seriously, when he mentioned the whole text limit for a fucking coffee, I thought that was an actual thing. I'm like, clearly I'm out of this fucking loop. This whole fucking dating online shit. That all...
Well, let's turn this around.
It's passed past me.
Now, I know for the longest time you worked in a bunker underneath the house, and you were sending out...
Whoa, for the longest time.
Right. Wow.
That's me singing.
That is you singing. So for the longest time you were working from an undisclosed location in a bunker underneath the earth. But now you've been forced to re-enter the workforce and deal with people, and some of those people are vaginas. Now, with the vaginas that you work with, don't you ever hear them talk about their terrible dating life, or is this exclusive to the place I work?
Here is, most of the women I work with are married. Actually, I think all of them are. I don't know if there's a single woman in that place. And the other thing is that the habits that I carried with me, not the hygiene, but the habits, the habits I carried with me from working in the basement to the workplace have not really changed a whole lot. So most of the time I've got my headphones in and I'm just focusing on my work and I'm not paying attention to what's going on around me. Now, before I came into the bunker, it was rare that I put my headphones in for probably more than 2 or 3 hours a week. But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't pay attention enough to even gather an opinion on how to try and date somebody. But yeah, most of the chicks I work with, dude, they're already spoken for. I'm trying to think of. I don't think any of them are single, man. I don't think a single one of them are.
Well,
so again, I'm useless in
my
this
dating shot in bumfuck Ohio.
I have no advice for you, Coop. I mean, I think there is the asshole factor. For some reason, I believe that's a thing because I see most guys bitch about it on Facebook. But
I'm sorry,
kudos, man.
And I love you, Coop. But anytime I see somebody doing the all girls want is a bad boy, I wanted, and I know somebody who I went to high school with who does that, and I'm not going to put him on blast, but I do want to take a shotgun and blast him in the face. Every time he makes a post like that, it was like, "You sorry motherfucker," and I feel genuinely bad for the guy, because I know he's had some hard luck times, but Facebook is not the place to be crying about how no woman wants to bang you because you're too nice a guy. Go to a bar and drink like a normal person.
Or
get a podcast.
I think too nice a guy. Usually the guys are like, oh, they just want douchebags. Like, no, you usually just come off as an asswipe. That's why you never hear me say oh, they want assholes, because I don't necessarily believe that.
I
think they like confidence, and they like a guy that seems like they know what they want. Those guys really come off like that.
I think I know what his long game is here, Mark. It clearly, if you can't handle Coop at his diddliest, you don't deserve him at his doodliest. Okay, that Coop is genuine.
I mean, I'll take a white wine spritzer.
He's genuine. You get what you get with Coop, and I don't want you to change in any way. Just be prepared, man. It might be to find that one woman that's going to accept you for who you are, cat lady and all. You're just going to have to wait, and you're going to have to be patient.
Yeah, I get it.
Well,
the girls you're dating now. I told you, we're right back to where we started. The girls you're dating now have to find the asshole they're looking for, have 2 kids with them, and then divorce them, and then they're yours, Coop. You'll have your pick of the litter.
Cougars. Go Cougars.
And then I'll have my pick of the kitty litter, too, because they get to live with all 12 cats.
Boom! Cat poop joke.
You know what? The good thing is the girl I'm going out for coffee, and she said I'd love to, which I'm not used to getting that enthused response. Is interested in anime. Loves the fact.
Don't read too much into that.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm not used to that enthused of a response.
Gotcha.
Yeah, most people are a little more subdued. But I said 12 cats, and she was like, "Holy shit, that sounds like heaven."
Okay, let's stop with the crazy chick you just met who thinks 12 cats is a good idea, and let's go ahead and play track. Let's go ahead and play some more music. Let's hit. We'll come back, Coop. I promise. You'll have plenty of time to tell us about how 12 Cats is great.
Just to finish this out, and she actually laughed at, I'm more excited than Helen Keller finding a doorknob.
So here we go. Track 3. Jesus Christ. This is Don't Panic. Shit. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy says, don't panic. Jesse, that's a rockin' good tune, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good time, man. Don't panic. I mean, I cannot think. Can I hear this song without thinking of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy for some reason?
Glad I'm not the only one.
May be the very reason that they, titled this song that, because I don't see any other Hitchhiker's Guide references in the song. But regardless, these guys are some space rock enthusiasts, so it wouldn't surprise me that Hitchhiker's Guide might be on their mind as well. But yeah, it's fun. It's a fun time. It's a fun song. It's these first 3 songs are pretty heavy, pretty fast paced, and we're about to hit the lull on the album next. But Don't Panic, yeah, I'm down with it.
Cool.
Oh boy, that's me. Yeah, this makes a really good 1-2 punch with I Got Hex. Like, I Got Hex is a real good earworm, and this is just a really nice, straightforward stoner rock song. I really fucking dig it.
Indeed. All right. So what else you got on the menu tonight, Coop? What are the lovely stories you want to tell us?
Well, besides me working solid 13 fucking hours on a Friday night, that was a fucking party. I was told that I looked like a crackhead.
Terrific.
At the end of the
because
day,
when somebody
or was that when you walked in?
This guy. And kind of like yesterday, we had the one of the main managers of the entire market there, and I didn't know that I didn't get the memo of make sure you're at least dressed somewhat decently. So here I am fucking talking to him in my ratty ass Master of Puppets shirt. So, I mean, it's not holy, but you can tell it's old.
So wait, are we now done with the Lonely Hearts thing, or because that's more of what I was asking? Though I do enjoy a good Cooper, work story. My real question
Cooper
to you is:
employs the Mexicans.
Yes, is my real question to you is: do you have any more of the Lonely Hearts story, or are we done with that bit for the evening?
Well, to add one thing, I did match with a pretty cute girl on one dating site that I was like, all right, cool. I was really worried. Why? Because she went to the Catholic college and is a youth minister, and really loves Jesus.
Oh boy.
Isn't that funny? Usually when I see first thing it's Jesus, I'm like, oh Jesus. But
that's a little ironic.
I was she's like, I like board games. Yeah, I was like, you like board games? What's your favorite? And she's like, blah blah blah. What's 3 anime that you would watch for a full day? I'm like, anime. And we both own Yu Yu Hakusho in its entirety. So there you go. That's a good connection.
Plus.
That is. I was like, I own it on Blu-ray. So I don't know. We'll see.
Hello, fancy.
Oh, I spent $93 on that, Mark.
On a
That's-
what?
Oh, dude, I mean, it was fucking. I mean, I'm getting 140 episodes out of it. That's not bad.
Okay, all right. Well, I was gonna say, if it was just a one Blu-ray disc, I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
No,
But,
no,
okay.
it's a 4. No, it's a 4-disc set. Trust
right.
me, it is a. I might be dumb, but I'm not that dumb.
I might be
Even
dumb.
though-
I might be dumb, but I'm
Yeah.
not stupid.
Right, geez, you guys just underestimate me. Well, it's fun because I get this like big pay raise, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going to the hospital next week. Oh shit, I'm getting my leg worked on, boys.
You know, I love how Jesse is still doing, you know, what he's always done with his podcast, which as we're talking, just posting random shit on Facebook. Your mom hasn't liked it yet, though.
No, I'm a little disappointed.
It's coming,
Mom
though.
needs-
And
Mom
Don't
needs
worry,
to up her
it's
game.
coming. Jesus, ooh, I
Yeah,
like that. I have like, the I follow 80stees.com on my Facebook page. The new their Avengers Infinity War T-shirt looks badass.
Awesome.
I introduced the manager above me. I was like, yeah, T Fury. He didn't know about that website. Which, you know, it's one of those like daily T-shirt websites.
Right.
Oh yeah.
He came in today to do some scheduling. He's just sitting there like, I've been looking at T-shirts all night.
Hell
Because
yeah.
he was like, he was sitting there for like 2 minutes, and he's like, "Oh my god, look at this one, look at this one, look at this one." I'm like, "Yes, Jason, I've known about this site for years. It's where I got my Garbage Day T-shirt, which is a reference to Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
I just want to give a shout out here. Anybody with Spotify, as mentioned earlier in the podcast, you can go on Spotify and sometimes search for soundtracks that aren't exactly put out by, you know, the company or the movie, whatever. Instead, it's curated by people like you and me. Well, there are plenty of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater playlists out there on Spotify. I'm looking at the Pro Skater 2 playlist that they got together. Holy shit, they got some pretty good. They had a lot of good bands on there, Coop. Well, I mean, some. Papa Roach, I don't think I'm going to get too many cheers for that one. I am a fan of Power
And
Man
we got some
5000.
Disturbed, yeah.
Disturbed on that piece, too?
Well, they were in, I want to say Tony Hawk's Underground 2, which that one had some
Okay. I'm
Mastodon,
looking at
Metallica.
Gotcha. I'm looking at Pro Skater 2. They have. I mean, there's Pro Skater 1 through 4 playlists. There's Pro Skater 2, Pro Skater 3, Pro Skater 4. I'm sure there. And I just typed in Pro Skater. I'm sure there's Tony Hawk's Underground as well. So yeah, if anybody's interested in checking out some of those game soundtracks that feature actual
help had
music from
Tony
bands,
Hawk.
man.
Let me have a look at Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, because that game was an absolute dookie doo-doo barrel. Like, you could straight up biohazard that game.
Are you not interested, Mark Radulich?
I'm listen. I said while you go look at that Tony Hawk Pro Skater playlist, let's go ahead and hear another song here. This is our track 4. This is Slower Than Light.
They float along behind
then. That one's, well, it was definitely slower than light. Just, it's alright, you know. Stoner rock, there is definitely some stoner rock that is less groove and more stoner. That's kind of how I feel about that one. What do you think, Jesse?
There was a reviewer that mentioned how some of these songs compared to like Black Sabbath, and I would say this one is probably the one he would point to. It's got a lot of heavy doom feel to it, and I'll tell you right now, my notes, here's what I had in my notes, because, you know, I'm going through listening to the album. Now, this right here is the song you turn it on and you start slowly rolling the joint to. Okay? Now, you're not going to smoke it yet.
No, you smoke it when Planet Caravan comes on.
No, apparently you smoke it when you make the video for Planet Caravan, because that's what I felt like we were looking at, as somebody that smoked a lot of weed. But no, you roll it here, and then you get ready to smoke it on the next song. So, Coop, what do you think of that drug reference, you hippie?
I think it was Half Baked.
No, boo! That's actually a funny-ass movie, by the way.
It is. I've never smoked weed.
Okay, that's good. You straight edge superstar.
I mean, yeah, I love when I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm dangerous. I don't drink or smoke or do any drugs.
The guy that got me into Clutch was straight edge as hell. So, you know, I have a deep respect for that.
Okay, so was he?
I still love.
Let me ask you a question about this.
I still love that classic joke. What classic joke was that?
Yeah.
So we're sitting in the WWE locker room, and Adam Copeland hits on CM Punk. He looks at him and goes, "I'm straight, Edge."
Boom.
Hi-yo. This guy, just real quick, was he like, you know, hey man, I just don't indulge, or was he a dick about it?
No, he was not a dick about it. Shit, no. He's probably one of my out of college. He was probably one of my best friends. You know, I never met him before until I went into college. We became real good friends. Got me into Clutch, but no, he was definitely not. He was probably one of the most laid back dudes I know.
Okay, because there are some people like. There was a period where I gave up doing everything, and I was like, yeah, I'm straight edge, but I didn't talk about it. It was like, hey, you know what? I really like this philosophy. I've put myself in danger drinking one too many times. I'm going to quit, and I'm not going to. And I already didn't do drugs. That was easy enough. I was like, I was really going to live a clean lifestyle. And one of my friends wasn't really into it either. So, you know, he was like, yeah, like we'll be straight edge together, and we really embrace the culture. But we weren't we weren't in people's face about it. And then we got into the culture, and we went to like a lot of shows where it was like militant straight edge people, militant straight edge punks, vegan punks, and all that shit. And
ran into Jamie Josta.
Yeah, exactly. And they were like just like angry straight edge people, you know. They're just like, we're straight edge, and if anyone that does drugs, we're gonna beat the fuck out of them. And I'm just like, okay, this is unnecessary.
Yeah, so. I mean, it doesn't mean you have to be violent about it. Damn, chill.
It's like damn,
smoke
guys.
Some weed.
Like, seriously,
exactly.
Like, don't really you really need a hug, or like, I don't know, maybe just like, I don't know. Yeah, fuck something. Jesus Christ.
For God's sakes,
if I'm not mistaken,
get laid and drink
that
a beer.
Also part of old straight edge?
All right. Anything about slower than light there, Coop?
I thought it was a solid. Yeah, it was more of your stonery, Black Sabbath-inspired sort of metal, less your fast-paced drag, but it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I'm looking at this Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 soundtrack.
Oh, yes,
it's some punk and then like a bunch of hippity hop.
Is it really?
Is Colt Ford on there?
No, or Bubba Sparks.
Oh.
What are we talking? When did 5 get released? Like 2000? When? 2015?
Yeah, it was so bad that I don't think they're going to make another one for another 10 years.
Well, I do know that I just heard recently that he's I'm pretty certain that whole shit's been shut down, to where Tony Hawk came out and said I'd love to do this, guys. I'd love to do more of this, but there's just I don't have the resources to do it because the backing for it is not there anymore. So they must have really fucked it up with.
The Metacritic is 32%.
Wonderful.
So the Colt Ford album that I was aware of was called Chicken and Biscuits.
Oh, God damn.
That's fucking white as can be right there.
The first track on here is called Chicken and Biscuits featuring James Otto. Then there's Hey Y'all featuring Randy Houser. Diggin', Mudflap featuring Ty Stone. Nice. All About Y'all featuring Josh Grayson. Nothing in Particular featuring Sonny Ledford. Tool Timer featuring Carol Worley.
Featuring Tim Allen.
Cricket on a Line featuring Rhett Atkins. She Ain't Too Good for That featuring somebody. I can't even see who it is.
Does this guy do a song by himself?
Yes, Convoy.
Okay. Well, hey, that's probably a fucking cover. That's probably a cover of that fucking Convoy song.
There's Ride On, Ride Out featuring DMC of Run DMC fame. There's a radio...
Is that who that is? Is there other DMCs out there? Are we talking the DeLorean Motor Company?
No,
is that what I have to be worried about here?
No, it's Daryl Mack. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
About Devil May Cry.
There.
All right. I feel like we need to listen to...
Featuring DMC3.
I feel like we need to listen to Chicken and Biscuits.
Oh, please. Please.
Can we...
If we can't listen to Chicken and Biscuits tonight, I'm not fucking getting off the podcast.
I think we need to take a time out. I think we need a palate cleanser from Fu Manchu, and we need some Chicken and Biscuits.
Dude, yeah,
and the Metal Hammer of Doom.
Weed, you gotta have something to eat.
Yeah, the Chicken and Biscuit Hammer of Doom.
Right. Give me a sec here.
We're bringing back the country washboard of jubilation.
I have a KFC story to tell after we get done listening to this.
No, please, by all means, tell your story.
Oh, well, let me just say, it's funny that we're talking about this right now because when I was in college at Ohio University, which is well known as a party school back in the day, and I think still holds some kind of notoriety for that. But anyway, I worked at Kentucky Fried Chicken. Okay, now at the end of the day, I had the option to either throw everything away or pack it away and carry it back to my dorm room, where I could find probably on the order of at least 20 stoners to sell the shit to.
Nice. Hey, man, want to buy this chicken leg?
Dude, they knew, after the first time you show up and they open the door and the smoke rolls out and you're like, hey, look, I got some extra Kentucky Fried Chicken. Are you guys interested in buying? And from then on, I was the Chinese chicken man from there on out. They knew where to come to.
Nice.
Yeah. I made a little bit extra cash.
Yo, man,
back in the day.
I got that gravy and mashed potatoes.
I got them, dude. I was around for when the crispy strips were just coming out. Right when they brought them things out.
Did you work at KFC when the Double Down came out?
No, I was not there for that. That was well after my stay. I got out of there about 2001. So I started.
So you didn't double down on it.
I did not, sir. I did not. I said I'm cashing in right now. I'm not doubling down.
All right, let's go ahead and hear some Colt Ford as a palate cleanser. This is this be some chicken and biscuits, y'all.
You're impossibly fast and strong. Your skin is pale white and always greasy. How old are you?
25.
Liar. I know what you want.
Say it. Out loud. Say it.
You want my chicken and biscuits.
Are you afraid?
No.
This is like Teasley.
I can live without you.
Probably is.
Signature Eagle. This is one we should have watched and did commentary on.
Lord of mercy, here she comes. Behind the wheel
tail of a pickup truck. Mud slanging, she's singing, country girl just doing her thing. Ain't nothing like my backwoods baby. Drive my tractor, drive me crazy. Likes hunting, loves fishing, and she can hold her own to getting. And by the way, boys, did I mention she's pretty as a field of daisies? She's sweeter than a watermelon wine, way hotter than the Alabama asphalt. And when I get her in these arms of mine, Lord have mercy, I love her kisses. Man, I can't get enough. Kinda like chicken and biscuits.
Okay, I remember the first time I heard that, I was in tears laughing.
See, that's not even what I was thinking of. Like, that is country rap, but no, the shit I'm thinking of is just douchey and obnoxious.
Oh.
I'm sure I can find something douchey and obnoxious by Colt Ford.
Oh.
If you really want me to.
I'd rather you not. Let's just call that the end of Chicken and Biscuits.
Oh,
Thank goodness.
Dear fucking God.
Yeah, so that beginning part was like their ode to Twilight. Like, you couldn't hear me because of the way that our system operates here, but I'm laughing. I'm like breathless laughing so hard.
Oh, well, here's my problem. We're listening to that, and I thought, oh, shit, we got an ad. I thought it was an ad for something, and you forgot to hit stop or fast forward or skip the ad. And, well, no, lo and behold,
Nope.
we are treated to a rather interesting story at the beginning of that song.
Zombie Colt Ford wanted her chicken and biscuits. Like you do.
Hey, I don't know if you heard me say anything to Coop, but I swear the dude sounded like Teasley when he was talking. I was like, that's fucking Teasley!
Yeah, I heard. All right, let's go ahead and let's get back to what we came here to discuss.
There we go. I found one. Mini Thin City Bitch.
Okay. You want me to play it?
Let's see. Let me see if that's any worse. Oh man, God. Keep it redneck. God, fuck me running.
Find you a Jogga Boy song. Jawga. Jogga.
In Georgia?
Maybe
Georgia.
Georgia.
Oh, I thought it was a Jogga Boys. Look at me and my fucking upbringing up here in Appalachia. Pronouncing them hard G's.
All right, listen, Country Boy and Mountain Man.
Oh,
let's hear another song.
Relax. Keep it redneck.
All right, we'll come back to that.
Let's not. Let's proceed. Let's proceed with the album that we came here to review, and not make our listeners turn this fucking podcast off.
All right, here we go. This is Nowhere Left to Hide.
They were gone when I'm in.
Nowhere Left to Hide. Less doomier than the one prior, but still one of the slower ones. I'm assuming you got the same Clutch feel that I got from that one. That was definitely very Space Grassy.
Oh, dude, if I was, I would almost request that you play Space Grass because it was. If you haven't heard Space Grass by Clutch, you would easily be able to see the influence here, just because it starts out so slow and methodical. It does pick up the pace a little bit at one point, very similar to this song where it gets kind of, Jesus on the dashboard, and we pick it up a little bit, and then it slows right back down. But again, this right here, you've rolled the joint with the last song. You're smoking the joint in this song, okay? Just to get you prepared for what's upcoming as well. But yes, I like this one. I still, I dig Space Grass from Clutch. I dig what? Now, see, I forgot the name of this fucking song already. Nowhere Left to Hide.
I'll never forget what's her name.
I'll never forget Space Grass 2. Electric Boogaloo.
All right, Coop, what do you think of Nowhere Left to Hide?
I think I'm looking at country rap songs on YouTube, and one of them is called "You Need a Outlaw." That's not grammatically correct.
Let me
and that
ask you
severely
one
bothers
question.
me.
Do you really want to go down this road with me? Because as Jesse learned when he asked me to pick one video, and 20 videos later, I was like, all right, can we do another one? And Jesse's like, no, I have children to raise.
Coop, I had one video we wanted to cover, all right, and legitimately, there will be at some point at least 8 videos from that one day released as, Metal Hammer of Doom extras, one of which was Megadeth's oh crap! Why would I blank on that?
Oh, it was Sweating Bullets.
Sweating Bullets.
Hello,
yes.
me.
Hello, me. Meet the real me.
Oh,
Be happy I wasn't there. You thought we took forever then?
We ran the gamut from Megadeth to Hasidic Jews doing country in Central Park. I mean, it was just, all over the place.
Yep, Jesse really got a full taste of my ADHD. Squirrel.
Yeah, it was. Oh God, there was a song called "Yee Yee." Oh fuck me, God.
Do you really want to do this? I'm trying to maintain self-control, but I will go off into an hour tangent of nothing but country rap.
Goddamn night.
What?
Oh, I said I don't want to be here all goddamn night.
I'm going to ask that you put the country rap away, lest you tempt fate, and I decide we needed to hear an entire Bubba Sparks album.
No, it's not even Bubba. Like, Bubba Sparks is like, he reminds me of, like, he's more like, you know how I describe, like, the difference between Stuck Mojo and Limp Bizkit is, like, it's metal with, like, a rap mix on it.
Right.
Compared to, like, rap with a little bit of metal. Like, Bubba Sparks reminds me of people, like, rapping, but it still is kind of country. Like, no, these fuckers are, like, straight up, like, trying to rep the hood shit, but they're talking about blooding.
Okay, have you ever heard, Jesse, Aw Nah with the Aw Nah rock remix with whoever the band that originally did, rap group rather, that originally did Aw Nah, but they invited, like, the guys from POD in there. Have you ever heard this?
No.
You're about to.
Wonderful.
It's actually on my rap mix.
All right.
I remember I had a cousin that used to listen to, like, POD and a bunch of Christian rap. And I was, like, 10, and we misheard what he was playing. We thought it had titted windows. Because we were 10, it tickled us goddamn death.
Nappy Roots. Nappy Roots is the name of the band, by the way. It's Nappy Roots with POD. Aw Nah rock remix. Here we fucking go.
Oh, boy.
I said I didn't want to be here all goddamn night.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Here we go.
Yeah. portable. The microphone was in the closet. No headphones, we lost it. Niggas scared to get some water. Roaches hanging over the faucet. No AC, tears will break the sweat just trying to make beats. E-Dub was been the hustler, flirting with all his customers. The flat bros, nappy smoking black side on the back porch. I'm thinking I got everything the country boy can ask for. Now what we do to get here? Say that boy. Lay it down and bring it to you raw. Say that boy. And now we heard some, suffer for more. Chase what we work for. Hating for the cussing, but the hatred it made us cuss more. Held on, it was hard. Stepped up, took charge, ran through what we scared of. What was we afraid for? Look at what we made of. Hard times that made us. Being here is alright, but must believe we want more.
Fit up on that Luda to the foul. Hell no, them country boys ain't hit it top on 6 miles. Kentucky mud, them 10 folk. Twankies with them 100 folk. Skellet on that front post. Plus you know they got drove. 79, Coupe de Ville. Vertical, paddock grill. Interstate 65. Headed down that tag field. Glass field to the tippy top. Backseat bin. Spend my last cent on the rent. Zipper pocket lint. The damn shame. Gotta grind. Anything and everything. Give me crack home. Cross the county line with Mary Jane. Long time a gravel road. The passion vein and sold my soul to hell and back and forth with same jeans and happy flow.
Oh shit! I got one more now because anytime I hear that, there's another song that comes to my head. Got to play it.
Oh, for fuck's sake! What is this? We are the champions.
No, hell no!
Oh no!
Get back! You'll know me like that.
What'd you think of that, by the way?
Oh, that was interesting.
Oh, that's not your thing? That's not your jam?
It existed.
Did you say...
It existed.
Yeah, there you go. It existed. Did you say members of Outkast were in that?
It's Snappy Roots, sir.
Okay, my bad. Okay.
All right. Oh, but
members of Outkast are in it.
Right.
Oh, no. Hell no.
Here's a throwback to something that I know Cooper really appreciated. Are you guys ready? Are you ready to rumble?
Rumble.
Ready.
Who this is? Yeah, this Pete.
Pete?
Yeah.
Pete, let me hear
Oh,
you
no.
This ain't no motherfucking Pete.
What is this?
I fucking hate this song.
What is it?
Master P.
Make 'em say,
This reminds me of when I used to play Street Hoops on the Xbox.
You guys don't even know. I'm running around my house right now like playing basketball.
I used to be fond of the hippity boppity and the bippity boppity before I found the metal.
You guys don't even know, but every time I hear make him say, I throw a basketball at my children.
Daddy, please don't throw no more basketballs at me. I'm trying to sleep. You just taught me how to lay down yesterday.
Oh, they know how to lay down when they take a basketball at the face.
Make you fucking lay down.
Yes. Oh, yes, Daddy, you do not need to hit me with the basketball. It is not very good. I would not do that.
All right, are we ready to get to the end of this podcast?
Oh, I was about 2 songs ago, right before Master P hit.
Okay.
Because Jesse was like,
the distracted metal of doom.
That was about the time. I think I've said this before. Master P was about the time every rap CD decided to just go fucking and do nothing but cardboard fucking cases, and the CD covers were just unfucking. You cannot look at them without getting a headache. Something was shining, and then there was all sorts of jewelry. Just play the next fucking song.
Jesus Christ. Okay, sir.
So you're telling me that they more or less, they turned CD covers into, 90s comics.
All right, E. That is Clone of the Universe. Not the symptom of the universe, but the clone of the universe, like I said before. Our title track to Fu Manchu, Clone of the Universe. That was a pretty good one. Yeah, as we proceed to our 18-minute track here, which is kind of like someone described the album as like an album in two parts. 1 through 6 is the first part. 7 is a part unto itself. You think about an LP, a vinyl, a wax. You would definitely have the first 6 tracks, as short as they are, on side A, and Il Monstro Atomico would be the entire side B.
Well, yeah, and considering if you legitimately look at the time that this album has, this next song is just shy, and I mean just shy, by seconds, half the length of the album. I think it's amazing. But as for Clone of the Universe, this was, like I said, this was the first song that I had heard off of this album. I think this was the single that they released, and I dug it. It was the first time I'd heard Fu Manchu in quite a while. I think it had been like 5 years since their last album, and I don't even remember seeking out anything off of their last album. So this popped up, I think, in either one of the metal playlists, new metal that was released or something. But anyway, and I was like, oh shit, I haven't heard of something from these guys in a while, and I dug it. I really did. So this song did its job in making me anticipate the album too. I was waiting for this thing to get released, and I think this thing released on February 9th. So it built excitement for me. It was a good single to release, and considering it was 1/7 of the album, they probably were kind of handcuffed as to what they could release. but yeah, I enjoyed it.
Coop, what you got to say for yourself?
About the song, this album, I dig it.
Well said. Do you want me to play more rap music?
That's something I wouldn't quite dig as much. This fucking song, this album, like, yeah. When I saw there was like an 18-minute long track, I was like, oh god, let me strap in. But you know what? That was one of the fastest 18 minutes of my life, musically at least.
All right,
it was up there. Yeah, I mean, I dug it.
I'm sure we've tried. I've got to imagine there are people who listen to this show who think like the nonsense and the gabbing and the distractions are kind of funny, and you never quite know where the show is going to go. I would also imagine there's a contingent who listen to the show who are like, seriously, if I ever meet these fucking guys, I'm strangling them, all 3 of them. Just
what if that's what I'm into?
Just play the music, talk about it a little bit, and then play another goddamn song. I don't want to hear about your stupid personal lives and your damn children and your stupid dating. I have to imagine there are people like that, and so this is definitely one of those shows who if you're out there, if you're one of those people, we have tested your patience tonight.
Oh yeah.
So if you've stuck with us for this long, God bless you. Let me go ahead and reward you by getting right into our final track here. All 18 minutes of it. We're going to knock that son of a bitch in half. This is Il Monstro Atomico. Light the Throttle, baby.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's about as much as we can play. A little more, a little less, but overall, solid A for Fu Manchu. Got some groovy tracks on here. If you like your stoner metal, like I know you do, you can't go wrong with the Fu Manchu. Jesse?
That was rather good, sir.
Thank you.
Daddy, teach me how to rhyme.
Oh.
Yes, Daddy, teach me how to do the proper rhyming.
I don't appreciate you trying to turn my children into floppy British people.
Oh, not worry, sir. It's not a floppy Brit.
How about a party tit? A floppy Brit and a party tit.
There we go.
That is right. He will run the convenience store and take over my business.
Hang on, let me Bane. I need to hear from Bane. We haven't heard from Bane in a while. Bane, what do you think of Clone of the Universe?
I think I like the idea of Jonas running the convenience store, Batman.
We just ain't going to get away from it.
I don't understand. It's not like I make fun of you guys.
I'm not making fun of you, Markman. I'm just saying that I think it is funny.
This poor kid doesn't even know how famous he is on a podcast.
Or how British.
Or how British.
Well, okay. Let me step in. I'll give you my thoughts on the final track and the overall on the album here. First off, that song. 18 minutes long. If you were to tell me that I was going to enjoy a song that was over 7 minutes long by Fu Manchu, I would have laughed in your face. But this song really took me by surprise how much I enjoy listening to it. And it may possibly be the best song on this album. I really dig this one.
It's not better than I've Been Hexed.
Oh, sure, whatever.
I've been hexed.
Took me by surprise. This song, it goes. This is a song that made Caius proud, by the way. For any fans that are Caius fans out there, any fans that are Caius fans.
I like Caius.
Yeah, Caius is good stuff, and I miss them. This is pretty similar to what you hear from some of their albums, like the really long but good groovy metal or groovy fuzz rock. You would hear from them. At this song, the 6-minute part, you start to think you've reached the end of this song. If you had no idea what it was going to be, it almost like winds down, but then that's when it actually really starts to get started. Then you hit 7 minutes, and the roller coaster is on a steady climb up the hill. Things just start getting. We played one of my favorite parts off this album, which is in that song, right before he starts yelling "Light the Throttle." When they get to that act of the song, it's great. And then even at 12 minutes, it's not even over. It sounds like it's about to wind down, but it doesn't. They still got a whole third act to go on the song. And I absolutely love Il Mostro Atomico. Very, very impressed with this song. Again? Il Mostro Atomico. I don't know what that translates to either. I'd like to know. I assume
the Atomic
it's
Monster.
Italian. Yeah, sure. Wait, is it Italian? What do you think it is? Italian, or it's got to be British? British joke. But yes, as for the song and the album as a whole, I really do enjoy Fu Manchu's newest entry. I would recommend, you guys got to listen to a little bit of it here. I would recommend you go out and either get it on Spotify, buy it yourself. I don't think you're going to be displeased, especially if you're a stoner rock fan, a fuzz rock fan, whatever you want to call it. You're going to have a good time. Coop?
Oh, hell yeah. This was a band I really didn't have a whole lot of experience with. Upon listening to them, it really made me want to get into more of their music. I dug that 18-minute long jam section. It really was. Dude. This felt like the stonery version of what Metallica wanted to do on Load.
Yeah, I would go along with that.
One of the things that I think we forgot to bring up was the fact that Rush's guitarist Lifeson, I want to call him. I can't remember his first name now.
Alex.
Off the top.
Alex Lifeson.
Yes, he guests on this track. So they brought him in, and he kicked some ass. I remember Coop. I remember Calandris. Starts with a C. It's close enough. Calandris was like, dude, this is, I heard he was supposed to guest on a track, and I'm like, well, he's probably on this fucking 18-minute jaunt they do at the end. So, and sure enough, that's where he's at.
Have you ever heard of the Alex Lifeson solo album?
No,
Have you ever heard the Alex Lifeson solo album track, Shut Up, Shutting Up?
No, I have not.
It's fucking awesome.
I'll have to check it out. I didn't even know he
Victor.
had a...
Yeah, it's called Victor, and the track is called Shut Up, Shutting Up.
All right.
I feel like you're subtly asking me to play it.
I feel like you would have a problem not playing it. I mean, I don't. I will listen to it at some point. If you want to make me listen to it now, I'm certainly not going to sit here and argue with you.
I mean, I don't know why you're doing the woman thing of making me try to read your mind when you're clearly hinting at me to play.
I'm not doing anything.
Victor, shut up, shutting up. Oh, it's one of Jesse's kids now.
Believe it or not.
Here we go.
No, Colton, be quiet. He'll start making fun
He's
of
like,
you.
hello, daddy. Hello, daddy. Can you fix the Wi-Fi?
Hello,
I know that you got that technical degree for the very reason.
I can't watch the YouTube.
Daddy, I cannot watch the YouTube. I think that is the end of the world. How am I supposed to get a leg up on the world and be one of many Indian people that work in IT if I cannot get on the YouTube?
I can't go to sleep without the YouTube.
Daddy, I need the YouTube. Come on. You need to put it on. You need to put it on. I need to listen to the code
This
phone.
poor kid is going to be just short of having marks and bruises on him because of us.
Just a bunch of assholes, Colt. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Stop crying. Stop crying, son.
My son didn't come out of his room tonight. Tonight it was your turn. Your kid's turn.
Well, my kid dude, it's fucking what? To 10 to 11.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm alone. Well, yeah, everybody's asleep. No shit.
Alone. Wow, him and Jonas really ought to go bowling. Fucking, they're going to be a tag team when they grow up, the Killer Bees. All right, so last track of the night. This is because Jesse wanted me to play it, although he didn't just come right out and say it. This is Victor, right. Shut Up, Shutting Up. So at the end of that song, you just hear, I want to say it's Alex Lifeson or somebody just yelling, "Shut up, shut up," over the two women.
How? How did you find out about this? Can I ask? I've never seen that in my day operation, sir.
I work in a record store that specialized in progressive music.
Okay.
And there was a lot of Steely Dan where I worked. And I happened to be working when Victor came out.
All right. Well, it sounded like Alex Lifeson was playing like behind the View or something. I was like, is he playing two videos at the same time here accidentally? No, wait a second. It's actually part of the song.
So, Robert Cooper, what did you learn? I think Shut Up, Shutting Up teaches us a valuable lesson about women in relationships and dating. What did you learn from Shut Up, Shutting Up?
That was a whole lot of fucking talking with not much being said. Like talking to me.
Okay. Any other thoughts here on Shut Up, Shutting Up, or Fu Manchu? Any last words, gentlemen?
I think that
I missed whatever that was that's making you laugh.
It was just Jesse's fucking kid.
He's making a speedboat.
What's
your problem, Coop? You just
it was any last words. All you hear is the kid in the background.
He has deep opinions on the clone of the universe.
I mean, he should. I think you should introduce him to Nightboat, that parody of Knight Rider that was on The Simpsons.
No, okay. I will have to look that one up.
Oh, it was so funny. It's like, Dad, why are we watching Nightboat? He goes, because it's exciting. But every time he just manages to find a ravine or an inlet or something that makes it so he can continue going. He's like, I don't know, Lisa, maybe it won't work this time. Look, he got it through.
So next week on the Metal Hammer of Doom, we'll be reviewing the new Ministry album, America Can't.
Oh, boy.
And then the Trumpiest album of the year by far, I'm sure. And then on March 21st, we'll be recording Judas Priest Firepower. And we close out the month of March with yet another stoner rock classic, The Sword. Used Future. I know Jesse's going to be very excited about that.
Yes, sir. I am, actually. I'm. You want to talk about some stoner metal? Preview, just be ready, because I didn't like the direction The Sword went with their last album.
You needed to
I'm going to be very curious if they continue to go that route or if we're going to be going back to their roots.
I'm hoping they right the ship with this one. I was not impressed with the last Sword album. All right, in the meantime, it's Death Wish Week here on the Radulich Broadcasting Network. It's also National Women's Week or National Women's Day or some shit like that. So we started off the week with Mockingbird, My Corgi Vacation. Right, Jesse?
Oh, yeah, that's right, Corgi Butts. Hashtag, I'm nuts about Corgi Butts.
I said, what, Corgi Butts? Do you like Corgi Butts? I said, what, Corgi Butts?
Corgi Butts.
And then Damn You Hollywood just did our review of Death Wish with Bruce Willis. As you heard tonight was Fu Manchu. And then tomorrow we have our one of two on trials for the month of March. These are both my picks. We're going to be prosecuting the new 1974 Death Wish with Charles Bronson. And then 2 weeks from tomorrow is another one of my picks. I'll probably be defending Lara Croft Tomb Raider 2, The Cradle of Life.
How much side boob is in that?
I don't know. I'll tell you after I watch it again. It's been a while since I've seen The Cradle of Life.
But nice if it was titled The Cradle of Filth.
Oh,
hey!
Hey, your pig is filthy. Next week, we've got a lot of shows for you. We've got a source material on the Jessica Jones Uncaged Volume 1. We'll have a Damn You Hollywood for not the Hurricane Heist, but instead A Wrinkle in Time. You going to take your kids to go see A Wrinkle in Time, Jesse?
Doubt it.
All right. And then on Thursday is a TV potty tonight for Jessica Jones Season 2. Now, that's definitely going to be myself and Robert Winfrey. I'm not sure if you or Ronnie are going to be joining me on that one, but you're certainly welcome to if you like.
All right.
And then the week after that is Tomb Raider week. We're going to be doing a source material on Tomb Raider Volume 1, The Season of the Witch. Then we'll be reviewing the new Tomb Raider with McNulty from The Wire, the aforementioned Judas Priest, and then we'll be doing the aforementioned On Trial for Cradle of Life. And then we close out the month with our celebration of the new show on Sci-Fi Network, Krypton, by looking at the source material book, Superman: The Many Worlds of Krypton, that was just reprinted and made for sale on March 6th. We'll be reviewing Pacific Rim Uprising, the sequel to Pacific Rim, on Tuesday the 27th. And our last show for the month of March is once again The Sword.
You should review Atlantic Rim too.
At what?
B-movie especial.
Yes, it's the Asylum sequel to the Asylum film, Atlantic Rim.
Terrific. Now, I know Voltron's out, and you're probably wondering, when is the Radulich and Broadcasting Network finally going to get to the new Voltron? Probably not till the summer. There's just, the schedule is chock full of goodness, and I want to do another comic book, the same week that I do Voltron, or we do Voltron. So I just, had to find a week where there wasn't a million things going on, or being moved, or being dropped from the schedule. Fucking Hollywood executives. Moving around my movies.
What'd they do?
Oh, they moved. Well, let's see. They moved. Moved Avengers.
Let's start with Infinity War.
They moved that back. They moved that up a week, which caused Rampage to move up a week. So my entire April calendar just got fucked up, and it really started about a month or two ago when the New Mutants dropped off the calendar.
Where did it go?
It got moved to next year.
That really was like a weird trailer. I remember when it played in the theater, you just heard nobody talking. You just heard me yell, "What the fuck?"
It's definitely different.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Coop. Let's go ahead and do your plugs.
There's this podcast. I'm on it weekly.
'Cause he's on it.
Hopefully. Then there's the Centaur Rider podcast that I'm not on. There's Jesse's kid.
He's making speedboats out of Legos over here. Leave him alone, Coop. Do your plugs.
He's on it. He's on it too. Colton's definitely on it.
We can ride it down the Ganges. It will be a good time, Daddy.
I'm muting myself until it's my turn, bastard.
He's like, we will call it Night Boat.
You can mute yourself all you want. We know your kid's there in the background, damn it.
I just want you to know, Daddy, that I think we will have a good time. We will have hookers and blow on the night boat. It will be good time.
Nah, gonna have a good time. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey, hey.
Central Rider Podcast. Central Rider Podcast, CNTAIRIDR Podcast on Facebook. Nobody's liked it. I think all the South Americans have found us. I mean, it probably doesn't hurt. It probably doesn't help that we haven't released anything in like 3.5 years. But, I'll keep plugging.
Everybody hurts sometimes.
Yeah, that's when I talk about women. W2Mnet.com. It's my buddy Sean Garmer. Love that guy. We share content with him. He's awesome. There's that stuff. Scrapingthebottom.com. It's Kevin. He's my friend. I was on there once. We had cake and a dumpster fire, and they had somebody else on there last time I looked on Instagram, and I'm like, "Hey guys, got room for another dumpster fire?" He liked it, so I'm assuming that I don't know. Maybe I'll have to ask them next time they're doing it, see if they want me to show up and make a bunch of racist remarks and get beat again with a shoe.
So I'm just looking at the calendar. We're not going to get to Voltron until like July. Just FYI.
Oh, fucking hell.
You really want me to try to find a space where I can move this up?
I mean, you can. I mean, if you want to wait, I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I'm probably not going to watch it until we need to watch it. Because I'm backed up.
Okay, well, if you're not in a huge rush to watch it, then I'm just going to leave it on the calendar where I have it.
I am 4 New Japan shows behind.
Okay.
That is 12 hours.
We'll be okay with doing Voltron in July then.
That is very good. That is very good. It would be a good time. And at some time I need to be on the source material. We will talk about the manga.
Okay.
Indeed.
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 Excellent.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, go give that Radulich in Broadcasting Network Facebook page a like to stay up on top of all the great podcasts that we have to offer. As alluded to earlier, me and Mark Radulich sat down and had a commentary a la Beavis and Butthead over some very, very interesting music videos. The one that's posted right now, I think you can find it on the Facebook page, I'm pretty certain, is our discussion about the Planet Caravan video, which was a cover by Pantera. A lot of covers that we discussed there that day. But anyway, if I'm learning how to do some video editing, having a good time doing it. I'm learning how to make it a lot quicker too. So with that being the case, then we may have some extra content every once in a while to throw up for the Metal Hammer of Doom, just calling it the Metal Hammer of Doom Extra. Maybe get a little bit of love to the YouTube page and also kind of spread the word about the Radulich and Broadcasting Network while we're doing that. So we kind of covered pretty much everything I am a part of here. We talked Corgi Butts there last week. And then we got
Corgi Butts.
Corgi Butts. I did post the source material schedule for up to about right before the end of May. So if anybody is interested in talking about some comic books, we would like to make some room for you here. We got all sorts of fun books coming up that coincide with some great releases on TV and in the movies. If you want,
there's room in August.
Plenty of room. Yes, plenty of room.
In August.
I have no idea why of 2019
no, 2018.
2018. You're talking about some so you're talking about some spots for us to schedule stuff. I'm talking about hopping on a podcast where there's plenty of room on a podcast too, ladies and gentlemen. Even though we may have it already scheduled out, if you want to be a part of it, get in touch with us. Let us know. We've got, Infinity Gauntlet coming up. We've got, the Krypton books were coming up. It's all sorts of fun discussion topics. And if you like comic books and you want to talk about them with some people who are down to discuss, that's us. So other than that, that's it. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm ready to put Colton. You ready for bed?
No.
He's it.
Oh, I have to wait till you put all those Legos back together. Great. All right.
He said, "I will build you the modern day tower. It will be very good, Daddy. It will be for the Maharaja."
Daddy, look at my speedboat. We can go fast down.
I will make this speedboat. The speedboat will go very fast.
Oh, get us out of here, Mark.
I will throw it at wall, and then I will have to rebuild it, thus making it to where I never go to bed.
Mark, I never made fun of your kid. I don't understand what the problem is here. I really don't.
Yeah, there's
I love it.
There's
like,
a lot of denial on this
show. Some of you guys are just like, "Oh, fuck you, you're making fun of my kid." And then you're just like,
how dare you, sir? My children are angels. And with that said...
It's hypocrisy, right?
And with that said, come join us again next week for all our fun and frivolity here on the Metal Hammer of Doom. For the Metal Coop, Robert Cooper. For the disapproving British dad, Jessie Starcher. Hello, Daddy. I'm your... Fuck off. Hey, you fucker.
You fucking wanker, you need to fuck off.
All right, then. Everyone fuck off. Be well, be safe, and behave. Oh, shit. Wrong one.
That's what she said, Daddy.
No.
A matchup.
And what a team, Mike. Metro PCS and the iPhone SE for $0 on a network that covers 99% of people in the U.S. Oh, impressive.
Play with the best. Switch to Metro PCS on an unlimited LTE plan and get a 32-gig iPhone SE for $0. Metro PCS. Coverage not available in some areas, plus sales tax. Claim based on talk and text. Not valid for active numbers currently on the T-Mobile network or active on Metro PCS in the past 90 days. See store for details and terms and conditions.